Hello, today is July 4th, 2025, and since today is kind of like halfway through the year-ish, I'm going to do all the books I've read so far this year, as you can guess by the title of this video that you've so kindly clicked on. I'm using Goodreads, so I have my ratings and the pictures all right here. The first book, we're just gonna get right into it, is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This was like the first book I read this year. I finished it on January 3rd. My friend introduced me to it and I loved it so much. I do wish there could have been a little bit less chili peppers in the book, but I really liked the plot, so I was like, you know what, I can skip past that. I rated it 4 stars. Here we are. I thought it was really good. I really liked all the world building, the relationships, dynamics. Don't hate me, but Xaden is not my favorite. He's giving toxic. Riddick is my favorite though. 10 out of 10. I love him so much. But I really liked the first book. It was like a really good like starting point, like a good opener to a story. It was like my first really good read of the year. And then moving on, naturally my second book of the year is Iron Flame, which we rated it a 4 stars. I don't know why. I feel like it should have been 3 stars, but we rated it 4 stars. I finished it on January 7th. This book was not as good as the first one, I want to say. It felt very much middle book, which I have heard a lot of people say it's very much a middle book. It felt like it dragged in some places. Like, I know there was a lot of info dumping, world building, and I'm like, I wanted more character interaction, less giant paragraphs of just info dumping, you know? It was good and the ending was shocking. But anyway, the third book of the year, we skipped over to Alex and Eliza by Melissa De La Cruz, and I rated it 3 stars. Now, I'm a huge Hamilton fan, so when I saw this book, I was like, yes, let's pick it up. I'm not reading the other two, mainly because this one didn't pique my interest enough. It's a historical fiction, so I was like, I'm a romance fantasy reader, you know? I will pick up other genres though, and historical fiction is fine. It's not my favorite, but because it was based on Hamilton and like his life, Eliza's life, whatever, it was good. I am not picking up the next two, mainly because if you know the story of Hamilton, you know, he cheats on her, and I'm like, I don't want to read that in a book. I watched the musical enough times. I love the musical. Anyway, I finished this one on January 8th. It was pretty good. It was pretty good for historical fiction. It was good. Moving on, Powerful by Lauren Roberts. Oh my gosh. My first 5-star read of the year. Finished it on January 12th. I love the Powerless series. I don't know why I got so much hate. I mean, I get it, but like, I don't know why. I loved it so much. Powerful. Oh my gosh. And I listened to it on audiobook. So it was so late at night when I finished it too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This book. And looking at the cover, it was so good. I don't even know what to say. Moving on. No words. The next book, I don't remember what they count. January 15th is when I finished it. It's Bellegarde. There it is. Real cute. By Jamie Lilac. I rated it 3 stars. It was pretty good. I'm trying to remember it. It was cute. I remember that. It just didn't, it wasn't like, there was no attention grabber. It was a cute little romance that I got through pretty quick. I read it mainly after play practices, during practices, you know, so I was like, it's pretty good read. Moving on to The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I finished this one on January 17th, 2025. Obviously 2025, why do I say that? This series is a reread. I have read it before. I read it like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. and I really, really loved it, so I read it again. I rated a 4 out of 5 stars. I don't know why. I think because it was the first book wasn't my, it's good. It wasn't my favorite though, because you're just kind of getting into it and you're meeting all the characters. Oh, I love Carden so much, and Jude. Oh my gosh, I just love this book so much. Everyone's like, you gotta get through the first book to get through the rest, and I agree. The first book is really good. I love it, but I do love the next two more. Like, I think it gets better as you go along, you know? Alright, moving on to The Hot British Boyfriend by Christy Boyce. I love her as an author. She's so fun. January 30th is when I finished it. Rated it 3 stars. I rated it 3 stars, which is good. I think, yeah, it was good. It took me a while to get through it, I think. Like, it wasn't an attention grabber. I think I just needed a romance book, and it was really cute, and I loved the whole study abroad aspect to it. The relationship was cool. I just can't handle the, like, when she didn't tell him how old she was, and it was like this other, yeah. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. Probably not. The next one, The Wicked King by Holly Black. February 2nd is when I finished it. Rated it 4 stars. Love this one. Like I said, they get better as they go along. I really like number 2. Number 2 is really good. I don't know why. I probably, if I rated it, it would go 2, 1, 3 in, you know, that order. Really good. Moving along, since we already talked on that. My next book, Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I finished on Valentine's Day, February 14th. This book, oh my gosh, I loved it so much more than the first one and the second one, which was crazy because I loved the first one. This one though, oh my gosh, all the plot twists, dude. It was just so good, so well written, I think. And people are always like, no, it's written like so young, and I'm like, I saw this thing that said you can't you can't go to Home Depot expecting a milkshake, you know? And I think that goes along with the books, because like you can't go into this like YA romance fun little dragon novel expecting like Shakespeare, you know? Like you can't do that. And I rated this one a solid 5 stars. Like, oh, it's so good. Next one I did was The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. February 15th is when I finished it. I was in a reading, like, I knocked them all out. This one was good. It wasn't like my usual cup of tea, you know? It was good though. I rated it 4 stars. I don't know what to say. I remember it pretty well. So that's something. But yeah, I say the character dynamics. I did get jump scared when someone almost died. Like, I panicked. It was good though. It was pretty well written. I just didn't like the whole ending, I think. I don't know. If you know, I don't want to spoil it. If you know, you know. The next book I read was Borrow My Heart by Casey West. Finished February 18th. Rated 3 stars. Not bad. I don't like dogs. And it takes place at a dog shelter. I like cats. And bunnies. So I'm like, dogs. I did like it. It was good. It was like, I don't know. Casey West is a really fun author. I really like her. I really like P.S. I Like You. I really like P.S. I Like You. But yeah, I would say this one's pretty good overall. Moving on to the next one. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is another reread that I've done. This series is my 6-star read overall. I love it so much. The world building, the characters, the plot. It is just so good. It's like Caraval, but like better. Fun fact, I read Once Upon a Broken Heart before Caraval, which you're not supposed to do, but then I went back and read Caraval and everything made sense. And then I would read Once Upon a Broken Heart again this year. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. I cannot recommend it enough. Like, read the description and then just read it. You don't even have to read the description and read it. Alright, next book I read, The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood, 5 stars. Yeah, it was good. It was giving Legally Blonde, like hardcore. Like, if you put Legally Blonde in the STEM world and put it in a book, that'd be this one. Finished it on March 12th. Oh, when did I finish Once Upon a Broken Heart? Hang on. we're starting to slow down our reads here. But yeah, Love Hot Palace, it was pretty good. Like, I would read it again. And I read it on the library, online, Libby. So I don't have it in person to reread it, but I want to reread it. The next book I read was All the Bright Places by Jennifer Naveen. 4 stars. I finished March 28th. I read it in one night. I have never cried so hard for a book in my life. The ending, I knew it was coming too. I want to read it again, but man, I was looking online and I was like, everyone's reading A Little Life. And I was like, maybe I'll read A Little Life. But then I read All the Bright Places and I was like, I cannot read A Little Life. I cannot handle it. It's not happening. Anyway, this book is really good and it's in a movie. They turned it into a movie, right? And I will not be watching it. I cannot handle that. I cannot handle it again. I recommend, though. I recommend. The next book, Fearless by Lauren Roberts. Finished April 8th. Rated 5 stars. I cried so hard. Me and my friend bought this book on release day and sat here, right here. I was over here and she was over here, and we were reading it at the same time. And I was, I don't know, I was a little ahead of her reading, so the different reactions were so funny because I would be absolutely sobbing. Because if you know, you know, this one part. And then she was like, oh my gosh, the banter is so cute, and she was thriving. And then we would move on, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. And I was relieved. And then she would start crying. It was so funny, the little cycle we had going on. But then the person who, powerful. This was a great ending. Loved it. And oh my gosh, the ending. Like, whoa. Like, recommend. I recommend 5 stars. I recommend. What's the next one? Is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. Finished April 12th. Rated 4 stars. It's cute. My friend let me borrow the Barnes & Noble edition, which was adorable. And it was like a whole Valentine's Day thing. It was really cute. It was really fun. I remember it, and it was a good romance. I really enjoyed it. It was vibe. It was like, it was giving Freaky Friday vibes, even though that's not even the whole plot at all. It's like, when you go back in time a whole bunch, over and over and over to the same day, the loop. It's like that one book. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's like Opposite of Always, right? Right? I recommend that one too. Anyway, this one was good. Moving on to Watch Me by I don't want to mispronounce her name. Tiara? It's a Shatter Me book. Finished on April 26th, rated 5 stars. Because it's James. I love Shatter Me. Juliet annoys me so much. But I love Aaron Warner. I love Kenji. And Azira. Juliet wasn't as insufferable, of course, because she was only a little bit love to James, though. Like, you need to get through Shatter Me series so you can read Watch Me. And it ended on like, I can't even talk. It ended on a cliffhanger. And the new book hasn't even been announced. Rated 5 stars. I need you to read it. Like, if you read anything, read it. Oh, the next book, Sunrise on the Reaping. Suzanne Collins. May 9th. 4 stars. I've seen a lot of people really, really, really enjoy this book, and a lot of people not enjoy it as much. I enjoyed it a lot. Not as much as Ballad, though. Ballad is definitely my favorite. I think it would go, if I had to rate them all. Ballad, Catching Fire, Hunger Games, Sunrise, Mockingjay. Yeah, perfect. I think I just didn't like this one as much because it felt like a repeat of the actual Hunger Games, you know? Whereas Ballad was from Snow's point of view, so outside of the Hunger Games. This was inside, obviously. But it was Hamish's point of view, and it was really cool to see him. Oh, and then the ending. I was reading this in the car, and my mom turned around and looked at me, and I was just like, she was like, what? And I gave her the book to read. She liked it a lot. The ending. ending though. Oh my gosh. And then when someone, I don't want to spoil it, but like when someone died, dude, I don't know if I can watch this movie in the theaters because of that kid's death. Like, for real, man. The next book I read was Speak by Lori Howes Anderson. Did not enjoy. 2 stars, May 14th. I had to read this for a school assignment though. It was just, I just did not like it. It was like a fiction book. No romance, obviously. It was in the banned book section, so read it. But I'm glad I read it. I am. But like, it wasn't enjoyable. It's like when you read a classic that you don't like, but you're like, I'm glad I read it anyway. It's like that. I would recommend it, but like, go into it. It's kind of slow. It's kind of boring, but like, it's cool how it's written. The next book I read, House of Ash and Shadow by Leah Stone, May 24th, rated 3 stars. It was okay. It was okay. I really had to push myself through it. It was just like, how many young adult tropes and micro tropes can we fit into this one book? And it was like cringe at points, you know, where it was just like, stop. Second embarrassment. Fourth hand embarrassment. Stop. And it was slow. And I was like, it was fine, you know. I don't think I would recommend it, but like, I read it. Next book, Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, June 5th, 3 stars. It was cute. I do gotta say, if I read it during the fall, I think it would be even cuter. But it wasn't like, there wasn't a big romance plot. It was like their rival coffee shop owners, and then like, I think she annoyed me because every time they got close, she would make something up and have to like hate him again. Like every time, it was the same thing. So I'm like, it was good, but it wasn't great. I feel like I could have had more. Next book I read, Beach Read by Emily Henry, 4 stars, July 1st. We did a 24-hour readathon, so I read 4 books because we were also watching lots of movies while we were reading. Me and one friend did this. We did let's see, what did we watch? We watched Pride and Prejudice, Hamilton, Ironheart, Wicked, Fall Guy, Persuasion. Is that all? I feel like that's all. Oh, and then Shadow and Bone, of course. So we kind of got a bit distracted when we were reading, you know. I feel like we watched something else, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Anyway, Emily Henry, Beach Read. It was good. It was really good. It made me cry. Oh my gosh, when she was reading the letters, dude. It was really good. I really liked the writing style. Like, I'm gonna have to start reading more of her books because of it. Like, it was a beautiful writing style. And I really liked the characters. The dude was so fun. She was fine. She was fun. I liked it. I would definitely recommend it, I think. If not just because of the writing style. Oh my gosh. My most recent 5-star, I think, Dungeons and Drama, July 1st. By Christy Boyce. This one was 5 stars for sure. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Because she's so into drama and musicals, and I was like, yes, me too. And he was into Dungeons and Dragons, and it was giving enemies to lovers, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna reread it. I'm gonna read it hardcore. But it makes me want to play Dungeons and Dragons, and like, I know nothing about it, and like, I think I'm gonna join a Dungeons and Dragons team. I don't know. But like, my college has one, and I'm like, yes. She named her character Elphaba. But every time there was a musical reference, like there was a musical reference to Hamilton, we were watching Hamilton. Wicked, we were watching Wicked. I was like, oh my gosh. And she mentioned Elphaba, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're watching Wicked right now. It's so crazy. It was such a good plot too. Like, I really liked the whole Save Your Musical thing while also doing the romance plot. Like, I love when a romance book has a romance plot and another plot, you know? It was so good. I will be reading Dungeons and, or is it Dating and Dragons? Dating and Dragons? I don't know, the second one. I will be reading that one. Next book, Lost Hero, Heroes of Olympus, #1 by Rick Riordan. July 1st, 4 stars. It was pretty good. It was good. It was real. I love Rick Riordan. The only reason I didn't do 5 stars was because Percy Jackson was not in the book. And I went into it and I was like, he's gonna be in. It's a Percy Jackson series. Who's gonna be in? Who's Jason? First chapter of Jason. Who's Jason? He doesn't know either. I have #2 and #3, so I think I'm gonna read #2 and #3. Percy better be in it though, or I'm gonna throw hands. And needs to pick up. I hate memory loss. It's like my least favorite thing in the world. In a book, and obviously in real life, but like I can't stand it because I'm like, can you just remember who you are? I need to know who you are. Like, and it's worse because I know who Percy is. Like, we as the audience know who Percy is, and he's like, who am I? At least he knows who Annabeth is and who Ares is. Like, that's the most important things. But Jason, I was kind of okay with until he kept like remembering things and not telling us what he's remembering. I was like, dude, what are you doing? But I guess that means it's written well. Like, I was engaged. Next book I read, Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. 5 stars. July 1st. Bam. 3rd book, final book in the Folk of the Air, the Cruel Prince series. It was good. I love this one because Cardan and Judah like finally all married and together and everything. I hate when he exiles her. I find it hilarious when he exiles her, but she does not find it hilarious, which makes it hilarious. It's good. When he, that was a spoiler, my bad. I'm gonna do another spoiler right now, so just skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. I forgot what it's gonna say. Oh, when he turns into a snaky snake, dude, I cannot with that part. I get so scared every time I'm gonna read it, and I'm like, please don't die. And then he dies, but he doesn't die, you know, that whole thing. Anyway, I love the book. I love that series so much. So far my top reads, I love Fourth Wing so much. I will be continuing that one. Watch Me will be continuing that. I'm gonna read more Emily Henry and Christy Boyce. I'm gonna be continuing the Heroes of Olympus series. I've got 2 right up there somewhere. Up there? I don't know. And I will be continuing something else. No. I don't know. I think that's it. I really liked the Powerless series, Once Upon a Broken Heart. If you haven't read Once Upon a Broken Heart, you're missing out. Like, if you read nothing else in your life, read Once Upon a Broken Heart and Harry Potter. But that's not, which, I'm like, should I read Harry Potter again? I've already read it like 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever times. Should I read it again? Should I? I don't know. I love Harry Potter so much. I reread Percy Jackson before the series came out. I may read book 2, you know, before season 2 comes out, but I don't know. I'm not gonna reread the whole series because it's 5 books and it takes forever. It takes like a week. But I'm like, I could reread Harry Potter and get back into it. I'm always in Harry Potter, but like, it's almost fall. I'm so excited. I love fall, Harry Potter season, pumpkin spice latte season. I can watch Halloween Town. Love those movies so much. So yeah, that's my books for this year. My reading challenge. I've gotten 26 out of 100 books left. I don't think we're gonna reach the goal, but we're putting it on there anyway. 180 days left. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna reach the goal. I need like whatever 100 minus 26. It's like 80 something. 84. Is that right? I need like 84 more books. Yeah, there's no way. No way, no way. That's half of what we've done so far. But I think I have I have quite a few books that I will be reading. I'm doing a book bingo, which let me grab that real quick. Got it. I'm doing a book bingo with my friend and my mom. Yeah, it lives in there. I'll probably post it when I'm done, but here's what we have. I've got all these prompts, and the ones with the stars are what I've already done. So like this one, Magic School, House Fashion Shadow, and I write it down there. So yeah, this is what we have so far. And I started, when did we start it? Because we didn't start at the beginning of the year. May 24th, yeah. And we're just going to a blackout because we're like, we have all the same prompts, but then we're like, why just go for 5 in a row? It's more of a TBR than a book bingo because we're not doing prizes or anything. We're just like, who can complete it first, you know? Probably not me. That's what we have so far. Also, book update. I'm reading the first book in ACOTAR. Cautiously. Because I'm like, I've heard it can be cringe, which so far, not. I've heard it can be very spicy, which I don't like. No. I mean, I can skip over it just fine. I just rather not have to. But I found a chart that was like all the spicy chapters, and there wasn't that many. There's like 2, and I was like, oh, why is everyone complaining about it? Just 2 chapters, like that's the equivalent of watching like a Marvel movie, you know? So I'm like, okay, we'll read it. So I have it on the library. I'm reading it on my phone. I've gotten a good ways through it. It's longer than I thought it was. So I'm like, if I like it, I'll continue. But I'm continuing cautiously. Because I'm like, it's like Beauty and the Beast, obviously, which is like my favorite. Besides Tangled. Beauty and the Beast and Tangled. Love. Look at my football earrings for 4th of July. It's very American. Anyway, like, yeah, we're reading cautiously. I may stop. I may not. I don't know. I do need to finish it soon, though, because it's on the library and it's on hold, and I need to read it. Yeah. That's all for now. Anyway, that's all the books I've read so far this year. It's only been like 6. It's only been 6. I'm glitching. It's only been 6 months so far, but I feel like we're gonna read more those 6 months than we are the next 6 months, mainly because we're starting my freshman's fall semester at college. So I'm like, I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try to join a book club, but we'll see how it goes, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of my rapid fire reviews for all the ones I've read so far this year. Have a good day.